Welcome, everyone. As we continue to mature our approach to psychosocial safety, having robust ways to measure our performance is absolutely critical. So today, we're going to do a deep dive into one key metric, the Employee Assistance Program utilization rate. We'll look at its design, its application, and really understand its strategic value for us as leaders. So here's our roadmap for this explainer. We'll start with what this metric actually is, then get into how it's calculated. We'll see where it surfaces in our key reports, how it informs our due diligence obligations, and then we'll wrap up with a really balanced look at both its value and its known limitations. All right, let's jump right in. First up, we're going to establish the fundamental role this measure plays within our broader safety framework. This question really gets to the heart of the matter, doesn't it? How do we actually put a number on our people's access to the well-being support we provide? As our understanding of psychosocial risk becomes more sophisticated, being able to quantify the awareness and use of our support systems becomes absolutely essential. Okay, so here's the formal definition. At its core, the EAP utilization rate is simply a way for us to measure, to quantify, the extent to which our employees are using the Employee Assistance Program over a specific period. It's that critical support service that's there for both personal and work-related challenges. Now, pay close attention to the specific language here. The measure is designed to show the extent of employee engagement. That word is so important. We're not just talking about usage, we're talking about engagement. And that distinction matters because it speaks to deeper things like awareness, trust in the service, and the perceived value of the EAP itself. As you can see, this measure serves multiple purposes. It contributes to our understanding of the overall psychosocial risk profile, it gives us an indication of how effective our support mechanisms are, and it shows the reach of our EAP services. Critically, it also serves as an indirect signal, a clue, as to whether our people know where to turn when they need help. It's a foundational component of our entire strategy. All right, let's move on. Now we'll get into the mechanics of the calculation itself. Because to really interpret what the number means, we have to understand exactly how we arrive at it. The calculation is actually quite straightforward. First, we count the number of unique employees who have used EAP services. The unique part is key. Then, we simply divide that number by the total population of eligible employees. And finally, multiply by 100 to express it as a simple percentage. This gives us a clear, comparable figure that we can track over time. And where does the data come from? It comes directly from our EAP service provider. This ensures we have a reliable, direct line of sight into utilization, which is critical for data integrity. Okay, so we have this number. Where does it actually show up? Let's look at where this metric gets applied in key reports, because that really underscores its importance within our governance and oversight structure. And this is not some low-level operational metric. It features right at the top, in reports to the board, in our mental health and well-being updates for Senate estimates, and in quarterly and monthly reviews for our executive leadership. This high level of visibility ensures that leadership has a consistent pulse on employee access to well-being support. Now, this highlights the interesting dual nature of this measure. It's primarily a lag indicator, right? It's measuring something that has already happened. An employee has sought help. But, and this is a key point, its trends can also function as a lead indicator. A sudden spike or drop in utilization could signal emerging issues or changes in the psychosocial environment that we need to get ahead of. This brings us to a really critical application. Let's connect this data point directly to the due diligence obligations we hold as officers of the organization. This table provides a very clear, structured view. The rate helps us demonstrate due diligence in several ways. Under Resource, it indicates that the support services we've provisioned are actually being used. For Monitor, it's a key input for tracking risk and program effectiveness. It helps us know and understand our risk profile with real data. And finally, it helps us verify that our resources for mental health are being accessed. It's a tangible piece of evidence in our due diligence framework. All right, finally, for this measure to be truly useful in our evolving safety strategy, it's vital that we have a balanced and realistic understanding of both its strengths and its limitations. So let's be clear on both sides of the coin. Its value is that it's a current, quantifiable, and easily measurable indicator of access and awareness. That is powerful. The limitation, however, is that utilization does not confirm that the support led to an improved outcome. High utilization confirms access. It does not on its own confirm improved well-being. And this brings us to the formal assessment of its predictive capacity, which is rated as limited. This just reinforces that point. The metric is an indicator of support access, not a direct predictor of safety outcomes. It's a piece of the puzzle, but it's not the entire picture. And this really is the key takeaway for us. The official grading of the measure is that it has value in context with other data. Its true power isn't unlocked when it stands alone. Its value comes when we analyze it alongside other data points, things like qualitative feedback, incident reports, and other well-being metrics. That's how we build a truly holistic understanding. So this leaves us with a forward-looking challenge. The EAP utilization rate is a foundational measure. The task ahead for us as leaders is to think about how we integrate it thoughtfully into a broader analytics framework. How do we use it alongside other indicators to move from simply reacting to past events to more proactively shaping a safer, healthier future for our people?